Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to a long-awaited rebrand of Never a Pen episode 7. It's been a while since we've been back, but yeah, we're back with what's going on, my friend. You good?
All blessed, Shizzy. Very good. Thank you very much. Yeah.
London.
Feeling a lot
That's
more
all like
comfortable
there.
wearing this. Feeling very comfortable wearing this
Oh,
right
really? I didn't know I didn't know we was doing that. We was wearing nailing our colours to the mask. But
And
it's all good. Everybody can see that.
just to explain,
Yeah, go
Shizzy,
on.
I'm not at home today, right?
Oh, really? Where are you at? Where you
It
at?
is in order because you're a Liverpool fan, so you've been Liverpool many times. I've been there for work a couple of times. I don't really know it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought today I would do the podcast from the one of the most prestigious areas of Liverpool.
Yeah,
I think that's Nunez's house there,
yeah,
Scott's house just a bit further along here. So
yeah.
I've come to Liverpool for a bit of research just to see how you guys are feeling
Oh,
about.
how we treat our staff members, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought I'd come to Liverpool for that, mate.
How you found it? You ain't got your card nicked yet, though?
It's nicer than I thought it was going to be. If I'm
Hey,
honest.
see? Hospitality at its best, man. Now, bed and breakfast and all that good stuff. What can I say?
Yeah, bed and breakfast. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
listen, whatever floats your boat, mate. Whatever floats your boat. You know
So
what I
anyway,
mean?
I'm distracted you. Let me get into work.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So today, look, we got a few things on the docket. First and foremost, we have to start with the Super Sunday. I don't. Was it really that super? Well, it's part of the spiel we've got to go through. So Spurs beat Man United 1-0 at the new Tottenham Stadium, and I believe that's like his 10th loss in the space in the time that he's been here. Amorim.
What's
I
that?
know. I know.
30
Well, I know
games?
Ange was. Yeah, and I know Ange's was on the hot seat as well, but he can kind of get a little bit of a pass just due to the injuries and stuff. But Amorim, man, I'm a bit worried. Not worried about him because it's not. I hate Man United, but at the same time, I feel like he's been thrown into the deep end without a paddle. Like it's just no float or nothing. Because from what I was led to believe, when he took the job, when they offered him the job, it was either now or never. And to come in halfway through the season with this team, who have already thrown numerous managers under the bus, they've kind of hamstrung it, in my opinion. What do you reckon?
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Um, I think he deserves everything he gets. Right.
Okay.
This is the guy. This is the guy that when he was with Sporting, was it last January? Was it last January? He flew to London,
For West
hawk,
Ham.
hawking himself round, trying to get himself a job. Right. So
Okay.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, whether they said to him it's now or never or not, I think he would have gone just because it seems that that's the sort of character he is, right? That should
Yeah.
really set alarm bells for Man United fans. In my opinion, that would have worried me as a fan to see a manager who would so willingly abandon his team in the middle of the season.
Yeah. We was interested in him at one point, but then we kind of said, "No, you're all right, mate.
Why do you
You're
think
all
that
right."
was?
Because he wants to play the 3-4-3, and we haven't got the players to facilitate that.
I would argue I don't think there is a team in the Premier League that does.
But then, is this Man United's fault? Because he said that's how he plays, and they've still tried to shoehorn him into the team, into the club. Now, that, United have to take a lot of the blame for this as well, because in my opinion, your squad. It doesn't enable you to play 3-4-3. The players you have are not used to that formation, and you know what these players are like. They will throw a manager under the bus quicker than any other team. Look how many managers they've been through in the last 4 years, 5 years.
It's like
So
Prime Chelsea.
they shot themselves in the foot, and I love it. Long may it continue.
Um, is it Ineos's fault? Yes, but
Yeah.
I would say at the same time, surely as a manager, he has some professional pride, right? In that,
Well, so he shouldn't have come, or
no, no, no,
or
no.
what?
If he does come, give your system a go. But you're 13 games in, you've lost like 10 of them, or maybe a bit more than 13 now. I think it might be 15, 16, I can't remember, yeah? But you've lost like the majority of the games you've managed for this massive club.
Yeah.
Surely, if he's a winner, then surely he would be at the point where he's saying, right, okay, I want to win.
Yeah.
I'm not married. Like, this isn't a religion, what his formation, right? This is not a religion. This is not something he feels he has to live and die by. Yes, Duncan.
Duncan. If
Shout
you're new
out
to the channel, Duncan, please
Shout
like,
out-
share, and subscribe and all that good stuff.
Shout out Bristol. Anyway, if he wants to win, he knows he can't play that formation with United, right? That's the reality.
Okay.
That's the reality, yeah? He can't play that formation. But he's choosing to lose and basically keep his formation with this like religious zeal, as if it's the most important thing. No, the most important thing in the world is winning football matches.
Okay.
It's getting points.
I'm gonna rebuttal that, but go on.
So the point of the most important thing in the football world isn't winning football matches.
No, it is, but
well, there you go.
It's no, but there's a caveat to that. These players have played in the 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, and they were still shit. So it doesn't. I understand what you're saying in terms of he has to adapt as a manager because of the players that he's got. But these players have shown you, even if they were in a 4-2-3-1 or whatever, they still don't perform.
Are you telling me? Yeah.
So no, hold on. Let me finish. So the point is, Ten Hag lost his job because he was trying to accommodate these players. What's the other guy? Rangnick lost his job because he's trying to appease these players. Like at the end of the day, I get what you're saying in terms of the manager's job is to win games and to put them in a system that they're gonna be able to succeed in. But at the same time, these players are not consistent. I mean, look, they played us and was probably one of their best games of the season. I haven't seen them play like that again. So for me, it just tells me that the attitude of the players isn't where it needs to be, no matter what formation you were going to put them in. Because now there was murmurings that the team don't like how they're playing football. I'm like, what do you mean? You're there to do a job. The manager's asked you to do a job. You do it to the best of your ability. Him not changing his philosophy in terms of the formation. I kind of get it, because if he goes and changes it and they get a few wins from the changing of that, when he tries to revert back to the 3-4-3, everyone's going to crucify him and say, "Look, why are you changing it for? You was winning when you changed it to whatever formation." Now he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, because that's not really the formation he wants to play, but he's having to appease these players. Then what happens if they start putting in performance like they did today? His head is on the chopping block. Or that's why I'm like, it's difficult for him. And again, I say this through bated breath because I hate United. I love seeing what I'm seeing, but at the same time, man, the managers hasn't really been given. They haven't really bought. They've bought the one Dorgu. That's the only guy they've bought that's used to that system.
Okay, so you're saying these players are complaining about playing this system and they're not used to playing it, but no one in any of the big leagues plays this system.
That's why I said it comes back to the Ineos. Why are you hiring a guy that doesn't? The reason why Liverpool didn't hire him was because the formation he wanted to play doesn't suit the squad we have. It doesn't suit our squad. We don't play. We've never played 3-4-3. Never. So
what I'm asking you is, who does?
No, but that's why I'm saying it's United's fault for hiring him. Why are you gonna hire a manager that doesn't fit the squad you have in a January transfer, just before a January transfer, and don't buy anybody that fits his system?
Okay, so it's United's fault.
They should have got. Yeah.
And it's the players' fault for not putting any effort.
There's enough blame for everybody. There's enough blame for Amorim. I don't know what he has to do something in terms of coaching or whatever, but everybody has a portion of blame in this scenario. I don't think it just lies at the feet of one person or one entity.
Listen, I think Ineos are scumbags. Yeah, I think the way they're running Man
Yeah,
United,
you see that what they did? They laid off a whole no round of other people as well.
250 people, they're just scumbags. They're just scumbag club. You see, during the week, Ineos reported a massive drop in revenue this year as a chemical business, and Jim Radcliffe was straight away screaming out how everybody's fault but his own. His chemical business is now leveraged up to the eyeballs with debt, and he's in he couldn't pay the Black Ferns their sponsorship money. The Black Ferns are the all black female team. They're now suing him for the rest of the sponsorship money he owes them because he said he couldn't pay it.
Mess. It's
Right.
a mess.
Yeah. So listen, I think
mess.
Ineos are a mess. I agree with that. Yeah, but they went after a manager who, for all intents and purposes, people have been raving about across the whole of Europe, right?
Yeah.
So their job was to get a great manager in or a top quality manager in. They've gone and done that, right? Now, we haven't seen whether they've had the chance to back him yet because obviously he's not had a
He got no money.
right? And they've got no money, yeah. But we'll see what happens with this. We'll get onto it later with the associated parties ruling that happened this week, right? But we haven't seen it obviously. So they've done, as far as I'm concerned, they've done their part, right? They've given him, they've gone out and got themselves a quality manager, yeah. So everybody thinks, yeah. The players, these players are substandard for what you expect of Man United, right? Like this is, in my wildest dreams, I couldn't imagine players of this quality playing for Man United. Like this is like a fantasy for me. I'm living my best life right now. Like literally, if BBC Newsflash right now said Russia has nuked London, yeah, my first thing to then go to would be what's the Man United score, because that would just make everything okay for me. You know what I mean? As long as I survive, Man United could get me through that. Yeah. So so I can't stand Man United. But if you have a group of substandard players and you're putting them into a system which is very, very difficult to play in for even the best players, right? Really, that comes down to the manager, because it's now like, right, okay, you can see it's not working. Do you just carry on? It's the Ange thing again. Do you just crack on with a system that doesn't work and lose every week?
So at what point? Okay, then. So at what point, if and when they did get back to winning, does he revert back to, if the manager's known for playing that 3-4-3, yeah, and it's not working, and he decides to go back to a 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, or whatever formation other than that, and they start winning with that formation, does he then ditch his whole identity for the sake of wins?
Yes.
So then what philosophy he's going to stick by?
Well, what he does is he realizes that it's not working with his group of players, and he changes it and tries to get some results between now and the end of the season. Yeah? Shout out, Dowse. Right?
What's going on, bro?
Tries to get some results between now and the end of the season, right? And then in the summer, when he can go and get the players that can play that system, then he changes. But you've got to be pragmatic.
Yeah, okay, I hear that. But do you think if he changes the formation, this team plays any better? I don't.
I think if you got, it depends on how good he is at coaching another system. That's the reality of it. If he's a coach that's wedded to one system, then I don't think he's a particularly good coach, because as a coach, you've got to be adaptable.
This is my point though, and this is where I put it back at Ineos' feet. You get rid of Ten Hag. You had the whole they're a mess. You bought players with Ten Hag. You get rid of him in October. What kind of pragmatic look is that you get a manager, you sack a manager after you backed him in the transfer window? If you knew you wanted his time was that short, you should have backed him in the summer, or you should have got rid of him in the summer and brought the new guy in so that he had time to try and work the markets in order to get the players that he wanted in, and then go from there. For me, it's like, let me ask you this. Do you think if this form continues with Man United, do you think Amorim will still be in the job by the end of the season? Because it's looking shaky, bro.
I don't know. It depends on what they told him when he came in. If they were like, listen,
he's on an 18-month contract.
Yeah, if they told him at the start of the season, then that we're gonna back you in the summer no matter what. These players are, you play your system, and come what may, then I think he'll still be at the end of the season. But if they told him, listen, we're just hiring you on a standard managerial contract in which we expect some results from you, then no, I can't see him surviving. Because really, listen, let's look at it. Yeah, for the last 3 years since Pogba left, sorry, what's that? 3 years now? Yeah, since Pogba left.
Yeah.
Who has been to blame for the whole toxicity of the club, according to the media and the United fans? Rashford.
Yeah.
He's gone now.
They ain't got legs to stand over that guy. He's not there.
Thank you. Supposedly, toxic Rashford's gone now. So the toxicity's gone out of the club. So he should be getting results now, because that was the problem. Lazy Marcus in training was causing them to lose all these other games that he wasn't playing. Yeah? And listen, I'm not Rashford's biggest fan.
I've been on the bench.
Him, but I've never understood how he cops the blame for everything wrong with Man United. Like,
it's like Pogba when he was there. It was easy pickings. Pogba got all the blame when he was there. It's just
that guy.
I have to say it. Sometimes I feel it's who Pogba.
Yeah, because damn,
he was, but yeah, maybe, but there's no denying the guy was a talent.
Bruv,
like when he was playing for France. No, but look, because I'll say this for Pogba, because
is frustrating.
Forget how annoying he may have been off the pitch. The guy was a talent. You don't control a game. You don't play for France.
On the pitch. I haven't seen
top player.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen a player with the physical capabilities of Paul Pogba married to the technical capabilities of Paul Pogba. I can't even think of the last time that maybe I'll say Cristiano Ronaldo, but I think Paul Pogba was even more technical than he was, right? So he had everything. He had everything to play a 9 or a 10 every single game of his career. And he didn't. So that's why I'm saying he was annoying.
No, but then look at all the other players that have left once they leave United. Look at McTominay in Napoli. I know my people might say it's Serie A, but the guy is killing it over there. Look at Anthony, just left. 2 man of the match performances in the Liga.
Come on, it's in La Liga. I
hear that. But
I'm playing the Liga, bro. I'm not having it. Bro.
I hear that, but you still have to put the performances in. You still have to show up. So how comes they can show up in these other teams, but when they play for United, maybe is the shirt too heavy? I don't know, but listen. I am ecstatic that they're in the pain they're in. For years, this team called many a supporter pain with Fergie time and all this. This is just, the chickens have come home to roost, and it's beautiful.
Listen,
I love seeing them unhappy. It makes my heart warm.
Answer me this question.
You're gone.
Yeah. In percentage terms, right? How much fault do you attribute to the three parties of Ineos, players, and Amorim? Percentage terms.
So I would say 30% to 30% to the players, 30% to Amorim, and 40% to Ineos. The reason why I give Ineos the most is because they control the whole situation that this is descended into. From firing Ten Hag in summer, back in summer, getting rid of him in October, getting this guy to come in January and only buying in one player. You're setting yourself up to fail. With all those three things combined, that speaks to poor planning.
Okay,
because look, imagine.
Another question.
Go on.
If this form continues until the end of the season, how do you then apportion the blame, percentage terms?
I would say 40 for Amorim, 40 for Ineos, and then 20 for the players. So I'd lay the blame at majority Ineos and Amorim's feet.
I'd say that's a fair appraisal. Yeah, all right. I can accept that. Yeah, I can.
Because if you get to the end of the season, you've had enough time to implement and do what you need to do. It's not like you're playing 2 games a week, maybe in the Champions League or stuff like that. You've had time. So obviously it hasn't worked, but the players haven't been able to adapt. But for me, the manager doesn't escape blame. So at the end of the day, you're in any business, the top dog. If you're not doing well, your head will roll, no matter what.
Did you see the first goal today? Tottenham's goal today.
Yeah, poor.
Did you see the analysis of the three centre backs that were marking nobody, and then Dalot had 2 men at the back?
This is the thing,
Crazy.
though.
But that's coaching.
Point?
That's coaching.
But then what point is it? I know that's but how are you not aware that that's self-awareness? Even on the Sunday league, if you see someone that's you got to be on your toes as a defender to expect that he might not catch that, or that's going to ricochet or something. Everybody was on their heels and looking around. Come on, man, Maguire, you got to take ownership and say, look, if that comes out, I'm going to be the first to the ball.
Okay, but
none of them took accountability.
What if Amorim has said to them, listen, and I think this is what he does, because you see it game after game, when we're on the defensive, I want you three as compact. I want you to be flooding the box, essentially. You three to be as compact as possible. And you're playing that system against a Tottenham team, which traditionally, considering how everybody plays their forwards inverted nowadays, right? They still play with Son and
Kulusevski.
Brain went out. I need to say Ibrahimovic for a second. Kulusevski and Son, they still play with them very wide.
Yeah.
If you're telling your centre backs you're free to be compact, then you're relying on your wing backs to be the ones to mark those wide players. And then you've got 3 men on one attacker and potentially James Maddison coming into the box, right?
To clean up,
so, that's not reasonable. That's not a reasonable instruction.
But okay, and I'm going to say this to you, and I'm not saying it. I know because we've had drives back and forth drives before. When he was at Sporting Lisbon and he played that 3-4-3, what happened?
Oh, you talking about in the Portuguese league?
No, I'm talking about in the Europa League when he played you.
What did it beat us?
And he played 3-4-3 that game, yes.
Yeah.
So my point is, if he has the players to have that system, it can work. But he doesn't. One, he doesn't have the players to play that system, and 2, the players are not adapting to the system. So he's going to hide into nothing.
Europe is an anomaly.
No, it may be, but you're a top team. So for him to have done that with that system, you may say, it might be luck or this, that, and the other, but the players that he had at Sporting were able to play that system. So he must have been able to coach them to work that system to be able to do something.
All right, if that's the case,
did they not beat City when he was there with the 3-4-3?
Well, come on, but look at City's form at that point.
You can only beat what's in front of you.
I get what you're saying, but
it's the truth. It's the truth.
It is the truth. Okay, if that's the case, then if Amorim should he could say this is obviously a mad world. Imagine this hypothetical situation, though.
Yeah.
If you could get rid of every United player and swap them for his whole Sporting squad,
you would.
But do you think he should?
Yeah. The only person I would maybe keep there would be Ahmad. Who else? Maybe. What's the guy? What's the other Portuguese midfielder? Bruno.
Yeah.
Who else?
He was awful today.
As standard procedure, he would be on the bench. But who else? Bro, their team is gash, bro. Like I'm trying to think. Maguire. No. 80 million for this guy. Who else? Mazraoui I'll keep because he's a decent player. Who else? All right, bro. But I'm slim pickings, innit? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That Hoijlund is trash. Xerxes trash. Nah, he's trash.
I thought his save.
That guy
to the goal was actually a good save today.
Yeah, but the guy has got an error in him every time. brain
Yeah.
fart or some foolishness. The squad is
listen. Just do a quick 5 minutes on Spurs. Let's talk about Spurs. We've had
good on them. I'm glad Ash got. I'm glad they got the win.
Why?
I'm glad because I just think some of it has been deserved, but some of the criticism, and he made a run for his own back when he came in and said, coaching this and coaching that. And as soon as he lost his players, he started kind of the tirade. But
Yeah.
I like for life, mate. You know what I mean? But I want them to do well, not when they play us, but I want him to do well. So because I think it's good to have managers from all over the world because it adds to just different people playing different styles. And he has had a lot of. No, that's the washing machine guy.
Oh,
but shout out to the people in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. But for me, I'm happy that they win because Tottenham, they're never really gonna get. But they may, but they're Tottenham. They're never gonna really get anywhere. So let them get their win, and it's always nice to see United in the dumps.
Do you know the irony of this whole situation is that apparently Levy's trying to flog the club 3.6 billion to the Qataris who wanted to buy United a couple of years ago.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was reading it this week.
Yeah, but what's the percentage of that going through? Is it more like 40%, 50%?
Oh,
or what?
That's the whole club.
Oh,
whole club.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Well, actually,
yeah, but then.
Let me just check. It might have just been Joe Lewis's share because he's trying to get rid of it, isn't he? Ever since he got in trouble with that insider dealing in America, he's been trying to get rid of it. Let me just check. Yeah, go on. Anyway, so that would be for me. That would be the biggest kick in the teeth for United, right? Because the people that want to
how much did United want to sell it for? Like 6-7 billion, wasn't it?
6 billion.
Yeah. They said, nah, cuz don't try to fleece me like that.
Oh, right. So apparently, right. So it's only to do with a 10% stake in the club.
Yeah, I thought so. Levy's never gonna let that thing go. Are you mad? That's a cash cow.
Bruv. Tottenham fans.
And this is the thing. Why is Qatari owners gonna want to come in and buy 10% of the thing? But they've got no say in the thing at all. I get maybe they might want to do the whole stadium tours and all that, all the concerts and stuff, but that don't make sense. Why you not own 10% of something? I know, but yeah, maybe. I'm no businessman, but like. It don't make sense if you have that amount of money, you'd want to own it so you can kind of run it how you want to run it. Because if you're running it through Levy, he's showing you time and time again the guy don't want to win. He just want to make money. That's fair enough. But Tottenham want
to win stuff for the love of it.
No, but you want to win stuff.
Do they?
You want to win stuff. I'm saying as an owner, I'd want to win stuff. But I'm not in that position. If I buy something, I'm not buying it to just. You want to make money, but you want prestige as well. Winning trophies brings more prestige to your club, which will bring more commercial revenue, which will bring more eyes to your club, which will bring more supporters, and which means more money.
I don't know. I would imagine them, much like the Americans, they're just getting into it, own a chunk of it, build up the value of it, and then sell it.
Sell it on.
You know, it's like Liverpool's owners, same thing. Exactly like the same as your owners, your previous owners and your current ones now.
Yeah.
You know, this is all. You need to remember, they don't call them clubs, do they? They call them franchises for a reason.
Franchises, yeah.
Which I think is the most the Americanification. Whatever.
I know what you mean.
Football is the most terrifying thing to me in the world.
But this is that may be the case, but the reason it's been allowed to happen is because there's no British people that have been able to stump up that kind of money to be able to run the club whereby they can be made successful. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Jim Ratcliffe, but I think the problem is it's not. I don't think the issue is the nationality part of it. I think the problem is that even Jim Ratcliffe, that British owner, and a couple of other British owners of the smaller clubs, Steve Parish at Crystal Palace, for instance, even though they're local people and they're fans, their dream still is to build it up and sell it off.
Yeah.
You know, this is the whole business world.
Asset.
Football's become a business. It's not anymore a hobby or a passion or a joy for these owners.
Yeah.
The old school chairmans have gone out the game now. They're it's just purely about making as much money as possible and flogging the club. Yeah. You know, or leveraging so much debt against it that you can pay yourself massive dividends each year, like the Glazers have been doing for the past 20 years at United.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, listen, from one failing club to another. Chelsea.
This season, this is. So I said to somebody literally a couple of days ago, right? They asked me, as a mate of mine at work, and he was like, "What are you going to do if Arsenal end this season trophies?" Yeah.
What
are you talking about? I was like, "We've already got 2 trophies this season in the bank. Yeah, guaranteed." And that is,
which are
Tottenham's failure and Man United's collapse. If you are a true fan, right? If you have been around since, like, I started supporting Arsenal in the early 90s, right? So I wasn't old enough to remember our league wins in 89 and 91. Yeah, I saw videos of it in the years following, but that was it. So I remember us scratching about until 98, right? I started supporting us when we weren't very good, right? Cut winners, 9th and a halfway line, all that sort of stuff.
That good stuff, yeah.
And so,
Galatasaray and all them things, yeah. Right,
if you remember how corrupt the league was at that time when Fergie came through, the refs in his pocket, Sky Sports just literally being his own PR machine, like you grew to hate the institution of Man United to the extent.
This is why this is glorious.
That seeing them fail is like winning almost.
Yeah.
Bruv, so for instance, if I can't watch a game, because I'm working, like normally because I'm working, right? So first thing I'll do when I get home, is look for the highlights of the game, find
Sky Sports and YouTube or anything like that,
right? The next thing I do immediately afterwards is type in Goldbridge to the YouTube search bar.
But you know what, Goldbridge for me, even though people like to clip him up and stuff, he's a kind of down the line he'll call it as he sees it, like
I like
shit
him,
and stuff like that. But
his meltdowns are amazing.
Yeah.
There's another one with the Flying Pig, and he's even better. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not going to say what I'm going to say, but it is what it is. He's another supporter, but
I know what you're going to say, and you're right. Which is he's somebody that's making his success off the back of United's failures.
But listen, good luck to him.
AFTV back in the day.
Hustle is different. I don't think it's on the back of failure. I just feel like I can't put this. I don't think the Flying. I don't mean in terms of that guy for the United. I just think it's a little exaggerated the way he reacts to stuff. But I don't think. But if United were winning, he'd be happy. But and the same with AFTV. I don't do this. Some of them maybe do it for clicks and stuff like that. But Robbie himself, I just think he genuinely wanted to give people a voice because the pundits always had a voice, but fans didn't. But look, we digress.
Yeah.
We'll go. Chelsea losing to Brighton again also warms my heart because at the beginning of the season they were talking very spicy that we're gonna be in the top 4 race. We're gonna finish. I had people telling me they're gonna finish above Liverpool. I'm like, all right, we'll see it. We'll see. So they'll fall off, and the wonderful Cole Palmer like doing the Casper settings again. I love it.
Okay, quick question.
Go on.
Are we now starting to see the realities of their transfer policy?
I don't like I said. I don't think they should have got rid of Poch.
No. Forget
I don't
the
think
manager.
they should have got rid of him. No. But that adds to it because I think with their transfer policy, it's made them. Even though Poch wasn't great, towards the back end of last season, he had them playing in a certain way, and I think he would have added to that this season. So for them to get rid of him one season and then bring in this Maresca guy, and the thing about this Maresca guy, I don't know if you remember or heard, there were Leicester fans saying that this guy is not that second half of the season when the squeaky bum time, he's not about it.
He flew out the traps.
That's what I'm saying. And by the time we got to the end of the season, no one could catch him. But if it had been a tight race, boy, they might not have been lifting the championship trophy.
Yeah, and with the squad they had, you'd argue that anyone should have got them up. Like Leicester had a really a sort of a Premier, nearly had a Premier League squad in the Championship.
Yeah, and that's what happens to most teams that come down that get relegated. They go straight back up. They're kind of like the Norwich thing, the yo-yo club.
Yeah. So anyway, so you don't think their transfer policy is a problem?
No. It's not. I don't think it's not that I'm saying it's not a problem. It is because there's no structure to it. But what I'm saying is, I believe if Poch was still there, there'd have been a little bit more structure to how they operated in the market. Because he would have had a. Huh?
You think he had a say in who they signed?
Nah, he would have had input. I believe he would have had input.
I don't know if anyone has a say in that policy other than the people at the top.
Maybe
who they're signing. They're like a football person doesn't go out and buy 6 wide men on big money in the space of
9-year contracts. Them death row contracts.
Because it's like I get what the Americans were doing because the whole amortization thing spreading across the contract.
Yeah. But they ban that now as well.
But anyone that knows football would have said, yeah, but these are young players, untested, untried for the most part.
We don't know what we're gonna get. Yeah. But okay, so let me ask you this then: is there anybody in the squad right now that you get rid of
for Chelsea?
Yeah, for Chelsea,
bruv. So many of them. I don't rate any of the defenders. Yeah,
they're trash. I remember people caping for this Levi Colwell guy. I don't know what people are saying, but hey, cool.
Where was he? He was at Everton, no? To begin with.
No, he came through their youth system.
Oh, Colwell came for the youth system. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who was the player I'm thinking of?
Justin came from Fulham.
Who?
Justin.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Sorry, yeah, it was Tosin I was thinking of. Why have I got him confused with an Everton player? Have I ever had a player called Tosin? Is Tosin Ghanaian?
No, he's Nigerian.
Oh, right, okay, don't worry. Anyway, the point being is that their whole defense is awful. Cucurella.
Sanchez is a mess. He reminds me of David James. That's who he reminds me of. That's who Sanchez reminds me of. Always got like this.
I'll be honest with you. When they were playing well at the start of the season, he didn't look too bad.
Nah, he's been from the season before. He's dropping clangers on a regular basis.
Of course, but I'm saying he didn't look too bad, right? But I think when you've got that defense in front of you, like when Cucurella is your best defender, and all he is really is like he's just an antagonist on the pitch. That's all he is. That's all he can do. He can't defend. He's not particularly good going forward. All he can do is wind people up, right? Every fan club, every group of fans hates him. Even the Chelsea fans don't like him. I don't know. He's like universally disliked. He's like the Neil Maupay of the defence, right? No one likes
That's
him.
hard. That's not. Yeah.
He is, right? They played in the same squad together, so probably where he picks up the habits from. But the point is, the defence is told, I would get rid of the whole defence, the goalkeeper. I don't rate Enzo, not for £100 million anyway. I really don't rate.
They got Benfica saw them coming
all day long, bruv. Like that World Cup bonus. Like, what the
blinded hell? By the lights, mate.
Guardiola rarely misses when he allows a player to leave, right?
Yeah. We take for Cole Palmer.
I think Cole Palmer could potentially be a great player, right? The only thing is about him. Have you ever watched an interview with him?
No.
as the Americans say, that boy is as dumb as a box of rocks, man. Like, he is simple.
That's why
bro.
that's why they're footballer.
Literally, no. But this is like different, bruv. Like different. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if a player like that, because every player, no matter how good they are, right, they get found out eventually. Yeah. And then the great players do something else, and then they have to find that out, and then they do something else and have to find that out. I don't know if Carlton Palmer's got it in him beyond his innate natural ability to figure the next part out.
Okay.
Because we're starting to see people getting on him a lot quicker, getting a bit more physical with him. You know, he's gone a bit more quiet as of late. He's still producing some decent performances, but, you know, because he's a quality player. But I think once people sort of cotton onto him, I think he's going to find it very difficult. He was a bit of an unknown for a while, wasn't he? You know, and he was doing well. And
you see him in big part games with like FA Cup, Carling Cup with City,
right? So I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him as well. Even if he does come good, like as well as he potentially could be, if he studies the game and studies his own game, does he stay there? 3 years on the Champions League.
But then this comes back to the contract that he's on, because whoever comes in for him, they're gonna have to pay stupid money to get him out of that contract.
Well, they'll have to pay big money, but the reality is that he'll have it built within his contract that if Chelsea qualify for the Champions League, he'll get an extra 20, 25 grand away. That's how these contracts work, right? Then he'll be missing out on all the bonus money. So the bonus money for getting a goal or an assist in the Champions League will be way higher than it will be in the Premier League. Like, they have all these bonuses tied in, yeah? It may even be the case that if they don't qualify for Europe, full stop, that he gets a bit of money cut from his contract, right? Like a lot of the players have this built in as well, same when they get relegated and this sort of thing, right?
Yeah,
if someone's going to have to pay silly money, but he could force the issue if he's getting to the point where it's like, hold up, I'm losing out on 20, 30 grand a week here.
Yeah, but the problem is this, and I hear what you're saying. What club in the top 6 is going to pay that money to take Cole Palmer? As it stands right now, what club will put that money down for him?
I think every club at the right price would do a deal for Cole Palmer.
But you're going to be looking at minimum 60, 70 mil.
We paid that for Havertz.
Yeah, but
we paid more than that for Pepe.
That's fair enough. But in today's market, you think people are going to pay 70 mil for Cole Palmer for the output that he's giving right now? I don't. Not in the top 6. Not in the top 6, in my opinion. Maybe not in the Forest, because they might need someone like that.
Listen, I don't think Cole Palmer's messy, but he ain't going to Forest.
But the way Forest are playing right now, if they put a bid in for him, he wouldn't go there.
No way. Because the future, you've got to think about the future, right? Where they're going to be in the future. This ain't going to last long.
But there's no guarantee that Chelsea are going to be anywhere near this top 6 or top 6 in the future. There's no guarantee, especially with the backline they have and the way they're just buying players. There's no guarantee because there's no cohesion.
I don't know. I think we're getting into tinfoil hat territory here, talking about him going Forest.
I don't think so at all. Okay, Nate. So Arsenal would be willing to pay 70 mil for Cole Palmer.
Depending on how he fitted into our squad. I'm not saying we would definitely, because I don't know. Because he might. I know
for a fact Liverpool are not doing that. He's not going to City. So you got Arsenal, Liverpool, City. Who else?
So you don't think when Salah leaves at the end of the season, because it is a when, not an if. Okay. Yeah. When Salah leaves at the end of the season, he wouldn't be in a conversation if he's gettable.
Hell no.
Come on.
Hell no. No.
Come on.
No. Because he doesn't play in Salah's position.
What do you mean he does play wide right?
He floats. And he's not prolific enough for us to warrant 70 million on him. No way.
Let me tell you this now. Sorry to break your heart.
No way. But it's not about breaking my heart, but let me tell you this for now. Liverpool would never put 70 mil down for Cole Palmer. Never.
Let me tell you this for nothing.
Never.
Yeah? You're never signing anyone to play in that position to replace Salah that is as prolific. I
don't dispute that. But Cole Palmer's level of output level is nowhere near what Liverpool would expect for someone that's going to take Salah's place, even if he was to go.
Whose is
I
that?
don't,
Just understand.
I don't know. I'm not a scout. That's not my job to know that. But I know it won't be Cole Palmer.
Right. Okay. Anyway,
I know that for a fact.
So anyway, that's it. Going back to the original point, I think that's a problem Chelsea can have. So whether I'd get rid of Cole Palmer is irrelevant because I think he'll eventually decide to leave by himself if this continues. Then you've got who else you got in midfield with Enzo?
Caicedo. He's a quality player. He just hasn't got.
He should never. He should have gone to Liverpool.
He should really have been at Arsenal.
No.
He should have. You look when you were dilly-dallying about, you should have been there. You should have put the money down and got him. Because you could have got him a season before.
Didn't you bid for him?
Yeah, 115. But he ended up going 110, I think we bid for him.
I'm saying, so you should have got him.
Yeah, but Chelsea bid 115.
Yeah, well, we went out and got Rice. So that's so he shouldn't have come to us because then we wouldn't have got Rice.
Well.
So yeah, I don't agree with that at all. But in terms of his career, he was stupid going there because what's happened with Lavia?
Bro, we dodged the bullet. That guy, injuries, bro. The guy's always injured.
I haven't seen him.
A new Darren Anderton.
He's been missing from the start since they started. What they pay for him as well? Near 100 million. About 80 or something?
No. About 50 mil, 60 mil.
Even still, that's nuts. That's absolutely mental. Right, okay. So I'll get rid of him. Mudryk.
Oh, mate. Mate. You dodged a bullet. Dodged some Matrix business.
Probably the wrong word to use about Ukraine. But
no, there's no pun intended on that. You dodged it, bro. That guy is an absolute flop.
Right, yeah. So
absolute.
So we agree on that. What about Nkunku?
Another bullet dodged. I had loads of Liverpool supporters saying, "Oh, we need to get this guy." Guy.
This is the point I'm saying about
it's a mess over it. It's a mess.
Yeah? When you say about Anthony, is that I don't want to blow it up too much because the Champions League seems to make a mockery of this, right? But the Champions League is just a snapshot because it is the best clubs in the leagues versus each other. So everyone can lose to each other. But in terms of depth of difficulty, the Premier League is head and shoulders above everybody. Yeah. The bottom teams, not the bottom three, but you've got the likes of Man United with their squad and Tottenham in the bottom half. Right? There's no way they'd be finishing there in La Liga. In La Liga, even with their form, they'd probably be about 5th or 6th, right? In Germany, they'd probably be about 4th or 5th. Yeah, in Italy, they'd probably be about 7th or 8th. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you sign players from, was it Salzburg they got it from? It's Salzburg or Leipzig or something like that, wasn't it?
Leipzig,
yeah?
Leipzig, yeah.
Right? So when you're signing players from these teams, yes, they can look like world beaters and yes, they can turn it on in Europe for a couple of games here and there. But world-class players turn it on week in, week out in every single game. Yeah? So I just think Nkunku, I've never been sold on him. I thought he was all right from what I saw of him. He had a couple of amazing, but he's such a... It reminds me of how basketball has changed. The NBA has changed in America, yeah, with players being far more direct in what they do and less creative. And Nkunku reminds me of that sort of character, very good athletically, very strong, good technique, good touch, obviously obviously he's had a few injuries, but keeps himself in good shape, a good dedicated professional, right? But there's nothing about him that makes me think he's special. And what did they pay for him? Another 50, 60 mil?
Yeah, it was.
So he'd have to go as well. I don't even know who I'll keep at this rate. Anyone you can think of? Jackson. What do you think of him?
I shot him, bro. He's like, he had a purple patch at the beginning of the season, and then and then now he's injured for the rest of the season. Like that team is arse.
Yeah.
Bro, and I love to see it. I love that. Gone are the days when Liverpool and Chelsea used to have those battles. We had Essien, Lam, Malouda, like John Terry, what's it called, Deco, like checking goal, like Ivanovic, Cole, like them days are gone.
Yeah. No, I am enjoying it, but Chelsea now, for me, they've been irrelevant for a little while, right? And the reason my hatred towards them can drop so easily is because I remember, like you remember, that when we were young, they were irrelevant. They were a nothing team.
What's it called? Was it Gus Poyet? All them man there.
Man.
What's it called?
Vialli,
Torrente Flo.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they won an FA
Adrian
Cup.
Mutu.
Yeah. You know, got sacked for doing something which I don't think he should have got sacked for, but that's none of my business.
That's a conversation for another pod. But hey,
but like they've always been irrelevant. They had a couple of years where they used stolen blood money from Russia, right?
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. We see this now to the camera.
Allegedly.
He was alleged. Little tool. Alleged. Brought his way into the Premier League to improve Russia's standing in the world.
Allegedly.
Sue me.
Allegedly.
Anyway.
Allegedly.
Sue me. Sue the podcast. Never a penny. Contact Shigsy. Bro, that's the reality, man. That's the reality. So Chelsea are a nothing club. They've always been a nothing club. They've always had the worst fans. They've had the most scumbag captain in football history in John Terry, who is just a piece of shit, right? Just horrible club.
Just on that, I don't know if you ever saw the interview that he gave with Simon. Is it Simon Jordan?
Right, okay. I can't stand Simon Jordan either.
Yeah, no, but he did an interview with him and they were talking about it. He's like, I reached out to Rio and his brother, and he's like, why are they gonna have a conversation with you, bro? They know where you stand. There's no conversation that's gonna change that. But we digress. But yeah.
The fact that still, after all these years later, is he still denying calling Anton Ferdinand a black bastard?
No, I don't think he wasn't denying it. He was like, he tried to have a conversation to apologize. Apologize for what, bro? You said what you said. Stand on it.
Yeah, stand on it, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
you said what you said. You denied that you said it. You escaped a criminal punishment. Yeah. So live. That's it. You just got to live by it now. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Listen.
Chelsea, move on from that.
Let's get to the juicy stuff. Right. What are you telling me? Guard of Honor at Anfield, yeah?
Right, so what have you got next? You've got
We're saying Guard of Honor at Anfield.
What, for us? Nah,
Guard of Honor for Liverpool, no?
I thought this. I feel in very 1989 this lately. Yeah.
I'm glad you. I'm feeling it 2004ish. That's what I'm feeling.
We won the league in 2004.
And we won the FA Cup in 2004. We beating who?
Okay, but what are you talking about? That? We won the league that year.
Yeah, but who did we beat in the final? Yeah,
with 2 handballs from Stefan Hentros.
Again, who did we beat? The history won't say that. I would just say
about the league now. Who did we win?
I'm saying we beat you to win the FA Cup. And I think we're gonna do it.
Okay, but we beat you to win the league.
To win the league. That's why I'm saying 2004 vibes.
Oh, so you think we're going to win it?
No, I think Liverpool are going to win it.
Okay. Listen, you've got next.
That's why I said Guard of Honor.
Where is it? I wrote it. There you go.
So we've got Aston Villa.
Villa away.
Yeah, and then City, then Newcastle.
City away.
Yeah.
Newcastle home. Who knows what Newcastle are going to turn up, because their last couple of games they've been looking a bit rough, right? So obviously, Yeah. So, but then you've got Southampton at home.
Yeah.
But then you've got a problem.
What's the problem?
Who have you got next?
I don't know. You tell me.
You have the mighty Everton visiting Anfield.
Yeah.
With the memory of what happened the other day fresh in their minds. With Moisey, the greatest back to the manager wall.
Have a look at Moisey's record at Anfield for me.
I haven't got time right now. Right.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay.
Yeah. I know it's not great. I know it's not great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the point I'm making is I think
Yeah.
that's tricky. I think there's 4 games there
Yeah.
that you could lose.
Yeah. Okay. So bring up Arsenal's next 5 games. Sorry.
Our next fixtures, bear with me.
So I know you got West Ham next, and then Forest away. Is it Forest away? Yeah. Forest away.
Right. So we've got West Ham at home.
Yep.
We should win that. We normally beat them at home. Away is always tricky with them, but we should beat them at home. Right.
Yeah.
Forest away.
That's gonna be a
They've
tricky
been
game.
they've been hiccuping a little bit lately. So
They have been better. FA Cup settings when you come to town.
yeah, we do actually traditionally always struggle at the City Ground. Then we've got Man United away, so obviously they're relegation club, right? Chelsea at home. What? What are you gonna say?
These games, all on paper, they look winnable. But listen, when it comes to squeaky bum time, you know what happens sometimes. People start,
Do you know what? Listen to this. On paper, actually, they look quite difficult because we do have a bit of a sticky record against West Ham.
You know, strikers.
We have.
Who?
Have you not heard? We just signed the new Morientes.
What's his name?
His name's Miguel Marino. He's our new. He's our Fernando Morientes.
So what is he going to start against West Ham?
He has to.
Okay. So if it doesn't work, okay, but if it doesn't work. Who do you bring off the bench? Sterling.
Listen, let's not talk about yeah, because we know we haven't got a lot of options.
That's what I'm saying. But Sterling was arse against Leicester, bro.
When Barcelona were in their pop.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Alex, don't do that. Don't Trigger, don't do that. Don't do that.
You didn't need anyone else apart from Messi.
Don't use your Messi.
We have the Messi region. Ethan Wandieri, yeah?
Is the Messi region, yeah?
The Messi region, bruv.
You heard it here first, people. Ethan Wandieri is the Messi region.
Bruv, everyone's saying it. Everyone's saying it.
Okay.
Everyone's saying it.
Let's hope so.
I haven't seen, I would argue now, there has never been an English player ever with his level of technique.
Okay, fair enough.
He's going to be the best English player.
Yeah.
But I've never seen an English player with his level of technique. It is
okay. So when Saka comes, okay, let me ask you this. Based on that statement, when the season starts next season, who's starting? Saka and Waneri?
Oh, Waneri, he's not going to stay on the right.
So he's gonna be moved to the left.
No, I think he'll go 10.
What, to take Odegaard's thing?
I think he'll go 10. We're seeing now. I think one of the biggest things we've noticed, not just this season, but I think last season as well. Forget what the stats say. The stats say about Odegaard, being a top creator of chances and this and that. If you watch the game, statistically, he puts the ball in dangerous areas, but often it's the wrong pass to play. And
Odegaard, you're saying?
Yeah.
So your captain's gonna get demoted?
No, I think they'll move into 8. And Rice will go at 6.
So Rice, and then we'll get rid of Partey or keep him on the bench or what?
No, Partey's contract's up at the end of the season, and now this we have to be careful with. His file has just been passed to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Oh, is that case still going on?
Yep.
I thought he got sorted.
No.
Oh shit.
So that's been passed to the CPS. I was reading the other day. Obviously, we've got to be careful what you say with that.
Oh, now we've got to be careful.
Yeah. Because listen, Russians are killers. Russians are killers, but they can take my house.
Okay. All right, cool. All right.
Anyway, allegedly, as it's been reported online, is that there's been a file of a footballer that was arrested in Barnet 2 years ago that plays for a top club, right? It's been passed to the CPS. Now, things with the CPS is if it gets passed to the CPS, 80% of files passed to the CPS get tried. Now, I'm not saying they get convicted, they get tried, 80%.
Wow.
Right? Okay. So there's a high chance that whoever that footballer is is going to face a trial. Is going to face a trial.
Okay.
Right. So contracts up at the end of the season. I can't see us keeping him on.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. The PR from that alone would be ridiculous. So it's
people are already criticising us, but I don't think I believe in innocent until proven guilty. Right?
Yeah, but unfortunately, society don't. And in the court of public opinion, they'll deem you guilty without having half of the facts.
Of course, but fuck society at the end of the day, because I don't really care about that. So all I care about is that there's a man, whether it is Thomas Partey or not, we don't know for sure, but everything links to it, right?
Okay.
There is a man that's been accused of something, and currently that person's not been convicted. So why should that person be sacked from their job?
Yeah, but you know what these allegations can do. I'm sorry to bring it in. Look what happened with the guy. I was Jonathan. Is it Jonathan Majors? Look what happened with him. Like
the actor.
Yeah.
I literally had no idea about any of this, and I only read about it about 2 weeks ago, and I'd never heard of it before. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but look, he lost a lot of stuff off a accusation that was proved to be false, and this wasn't even in the court of law. Like, lost the Marvel job. They're saying that they're going to rehire him, but the damage has been done, and this girl came out and lied. Someone said something which I think is very, very poignant. If someone makes an accusation, a female makes an accusation which is proved to false, she should get the same amount of time that guy would have got if he was proved to be guilty. Because there has to be deterrent. I'm not going to go too much into it, but there needs to be some sort of deterrent. You can't just be making them kind of blanket statements or allegations and there be no repercussions. You've damaged the guy's career over an allegation that wasn't true.
Okay, wait. The only thing I would say about that, is you know that I am a law obsessive, right? Everything I say about that is what would be the standard of evidence necessary to prove something didn't happen. So if a girl went to court, because obviously rape convictions are ridiculously low. I think of all, they reckon only
because it's hard to
of all rapes that happen end up being convicted, 3%, right? And listen, we all know people that have had funny relationships with girls, that things have happened that never got reported or anything like that. So,
but in this case, bro, and I'm only speaking on this Jonathan Majors case because
if it's provable that they lied, then I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In this case, there's video evidence. She's saying that he assaulted her. There's video evidence of him trying to run away from her. There's that, and there's video evidence. She's saying that she was scared for her life, and we're digressing a little bit. She's saying she was scared for her life, but there's video camera evidence of her having a conversation with him for over 3 or 5 minutes. Now, if you're scared of someone, you don't want to be in the same vicinity of that person, let alone have a conversation for 5 minutes.
Well, of course, yeah.
So that's what I mean. And again, I'm only speaking on that case. But look, I digress back there. Those kind of things annoy me because obviously the thing is, you're taking away from the victims that actually do suffer with these things and actually do suffer with some abuse. And you're making it harder for prosecutions to happen because now, instead of thinking, okay, that person is telling the truth, but how can we find out what happened? People are now like, is she really telling the truth? But we digress. For me, like this Arsenal, not crisis in terms of how you're playing, in terms of the striker thing, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out for the rest of the season. Moreno worked against Leicester. Let's see how it works against teams that are a little bit more savvy. We'll see. And for Liverpool, listen, today, speaking of Liverpool, Wolves, do you think that you're going to end up buying this Cunha guy?
No.
No? Would you even want him?
He's a good player. But Arteta's saying that our ambitions now, are to make it to win the Champions League, right? To win the league.
Yeah.
Is Cunha the guy to take us there?
I don't think he's a guy to take you there, but I think he could add to your squad.
Okay, but we need a first choice striker before we start looking at backup or squad.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, true. I'm just putting it out there because he scored a banger against us today. So, and sometimes that'll come off the bench and get you those 10 goals a season, kind of like a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used to do. Just come off the bench and get you those goals because, like,
I don't think
for me,
I just don't think we've got the money to be because he's going to cost. He ain't going to cost less than 50 million.
You don't think you think they'll be asking for more than that? Did he just sign a new contract, or did he? Is he still? Did he get I know he's holding out.
I'm sure.
I thought he was holding out because you lot were interested.
Yeah, February 2025. He signed a new contract.
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
that's gonna be
until 2029. So that's what I'm saying. They ain't gonna even if you had 2 years, they're still gonna want 50 million. Yeah, that's 50 million out of our budget. We're not a rich club.
Yeah, well prudent.
Yeah, they're talking about redoing the stadium as well at some point. You know, so anyway,
listen, Liverpool need to get rid of a few people in the summer.
Who?
Namely, this Nunes guy. I'd even get rid of Jota. Yeah.
You don't think it's going to come good? No. Why? Right. Yeah. I can see that.
He ain't got the minerals, man. And as much as I want it to work for him, just can't see it. There's been too many opportunities he's had where he just had a bozo moment, bro. It's just like, bro, why you take a moment and just slot it? Why you trying to blast all the time, bro? Finesse.
I don't know. I think he's one of them players, right? That if you end up selling him to a top club, he could go there and cause some damage.
Maybe. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out. And when I say this, I don't have any malice towards him, but I just think you come in for big money and it's not worked out for you, bro. Your temperament, the way you play, the way how you are. And when I'm saying this, he's a good player, bro. I'm not disputing that. And when he plays for Uruguay and when he was in Benfica, he done damage. But for us and the way we play, it don't work. And it's okay to say it don't work. Not every player you buy is going to work. Not every player. This is one of the ones that's failed, in my opinion. I'll get rid of him. And even also, people are saying that, well, there's rumors saying that they're going to get rid of Jota as well because the guy's always injured. And that's frustrating. Availability is the best ability.
If let me tell you now, if Nunes became available,
yeah,
I would be happy if Arsenal signed him.
Really?
Happy.
Listen, you can take him. You can take him. I'd use that money to go and buy Isak.
You ain't buying Isak. You ain't got that kind of money. You ain't got that kind of
money. I'd take Isak over Nunes any day of the week, mate.
Yeah, okay. You ain't got 150 million. We ain't got 150 million.
I'm saying I would take if you take Nunes off and go.
And let me tell you now, yeah. Let's move. Let's sort of like talk about another part of the other topic, yeah. If this associated parties thing, this sponsorship thing is confirmed for this summer,
we say Newcastle are going to spend P.
You think Isak is leaving unlimited money?
Yeah, but
they are. Newcastle are the richest in the world.
Let me ask you this though: is what's the guy's name? Is Eddie Howe the guy to take them to the promised land?
No.
Why say it like that?
You know that. I know you asked me that question.
No, but there's a reason why I'm asking that question. In the current landscape of managers, who is? Just roll with me. There's a reason why I'm asking this.
Well, you'd have to look outside. It'd have to be somebody. To be fair,
if they go and get Inzaghi from Inter, maybe he could.
Yeah, possibly. Alonso.
From Leverkusen.
Yep. Who else? I mean, fucking Company's doing all right.
Nah.
I'm not saying he's the man, but he's doing all right.
He wouldn't. For me, because that Bundesliga is top heavy, man.
Yeah, I get it. I know what you're saying. They should win every year. I get what you're saying. Okay, so Who are we looking at now?
So the reason why I say that is because look, okay, say they get a Inzaghi in or Alonso in, that's going to be a minimum 2-3 year project. They won't come in and win now, in my opinion, because the squad that Newcastle have is not of a level where they can come and do that, where they'll be challenging for the league.
If this AP thing is confirmed this summer,
yeah, I know they can spend money, but what I'm saying is
a whole new team.
They could, bro, but you still have to gel. You're not just going to click straight away. That's what I'm saying. And for me,
they couldn't buy enough players that they could win stuff now.
No, I don't think they could, because you still have, even buying players doesn't equate to winning.
Yeah, it does. Look at Man City.
It doesn't. No, they're the top manager. Alonso and Inzaghi, I don't think are on the same level as Guardiola, in my opinion.
You're probably right. He's a one-in-a-generation manager. You're right. You're right with that. Yeah.
So for me, it's going to be at least a season or two before they're up there challenging.
And I don't know how he's going to have unlimited money as well with this new ruling, potentially.
So the reason I say that is because now and it's all hypothetical. Probably Liverpool aren't going to do that, but we have a better chance of winning now than Newcastle.
Now you do, yeah, but not after the summer. When you lose Trent, Salah, and DVD on a free. No, when? Come on. You think Trent is going to stay when he's being
it.
Not just the money, right?
Yeah.
The abuse his own fans gave him when the Real Madrid story came out was disgusting.
I can't condone that, but at the end of the day, no news is good news for us. Until it's confirmed that he's leaving, I still hold up. I think he's going to leave. I think Trent is going to leave. But
you're definitely going to lose Salah and Trent.
I don't think Salah's going. I don't think Salah and VVD are going. I don't think so.
He's gone. If you win the league, he's gone.
Well, we'll see it, but I don't think he is.
In a way, I hope you do win the league, because I think that'll be you guys. You guys have done for 5 years. 5 years.
Listen, it's been a good ride if it is. You get me?
Yeah, okay, fine. But you guys will be done for 5 years, because you ain't replacing Salah's goals. I can't see any, unless you buy Isak, you ain't replacing Salah's goals.
Well, we'll see it. We'll see. That's a bridge we'll cross when we get to the summer.
Yeah, okay. So you reckon Trent's going? You agree with that?
I reckon Trent's gone. I've been saying it from last year.
On what basis do you think Salah's staying?
Because I just think I don't think he's done at the moment, and I don't think there's another team where he could go to whereby he'd be challenging for top honours. In my opinion, who would he go? Barca I don't think would have the money, and they wouldn't facilitate because they got Rafinha. He wouldn't go to Madrid. If he goes to PSG, that French league is that Uber Eats is not the one. Where else? Okay, Saudi Arabia, he'll earn loads of money, but it's not going to be a competitive league.
Yeah, but bruv, they will move to get they'll
pay him the bag and everything, but the quality of the league is not something that I think he's going to be happy to play in, because he still considers himself a top player. That's my reason. VVD again.
Generational money, in the land which is home to the center of his religion.
I hear that, but I just don't think
he's gone.
Yeah, well, like I said, that's a bridge we'll cross when we get to the end of the season and see what happens. I think VVD and Salah stay. I think Trent's gone, in my opinion.
I think you could move the Egyptian pyramids to Toxteth Estate, and Salah would still go.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll see.
You think VVD's gone?
No, I think VVD and Salah will stay.
I agree with VVD. I hope he leaves, but I think he'll probably stay. You know, I think he'll probably stay. If it depends if someone like a Madrid comes in for him, though.
I don't think he would.
I worry the fact that we've not heard anything about that.
Well, look, like I said, I think the way things stand at the moment,
in the middle of a title charge, you guys are boost.
I don't know. Again, I'm not privy to that information, so we can only speculate. But I think
Yeah.
them two will stay and Trent's gone.
Yeah,
Because
right.
I just
Okay.
think if he's won everything there, when his boy Jude is up there, them man can go out and enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? Be part of the gang. You can't beat him, join him, and all that good stuff. But look,
Right.
let's get back to the associated part. Take on.
Right. So the associated party thing, I think we've probably covered that really, which is really this just means now that Saudi Arabia Airlines can sponsor Newcastle for £1 billion a year,
You
and
can't say shit.
Etihad, their sponsorship deal is about to finish as well.
I read something. Well, sorry, I saw something whereby I think it was on Football Terrace where he was saying that now Man City might countersue because of all the sponsorship deals that they would have lost over this period of time. So
which is bullshit because the sponsorship deals are with themselves. So it's not as if those sponsors have disappeared because they own the fucking sponsors. You know?
Out to Jamie.
Shout out Jamie.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see.
Jamie's a West Ham fan, if I remember correctly.
Sad times.
Yeah, sad times. Sad times. Feel free to cry in the chat, Jay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's get on to the rest of the games.
Go on.
Of the
so.
Oh, hold on.
What?
He said X Tottenham. Why X? Wait, you throwing in the towel already?
Yeah, he's smart, man. I think he'd given up a while ago.
Yeah, he said he abandoned football in that after they kept losing. He didn't want this heartbreak to continue.
We had this problem. I didn't see Jay in a while. We had I think the last time I saw him, we had a drunken conversation about this at a poker game.
Okay.
About why he's an ex.
Jamie, if you need, please like and subscribe, my friend. Be much appreciated.
Right. So today's results, or the weekend's results.
Yeah. Which one was the standout for you? Mine was Fulham, Nottingham Forest.
Why?
I just thought Forest would go there and get the win.
What, with Smith, with Emil Smith Maradona on the pitch?
No, yeah, with Chris Woods on the pitch. That guy's in the form of his life.
He is, but he's also 30. Was he 36?
Bro, age ain't nothing but a number right now.
It isn't, but it'll come to an end. He's a good striker.
Yeah, I'm talking about no, but based on this season, Forest have been a third on merit.
Well, yeah, of course. Everyone in the league is where they are.
That's what I mean. So when they lost yesterday, that's why I was surprised. I didn't think they would lose. I thought they'd at least get a draw. I didn't see them losing.
The trouble is with Fulham, I've watched their
first goalkeeper's been quality as well. Do you see some of the saves he made? I don't know if you saw
it. Yeah. He's got a quality keeper. Got a couple of quality keepers actually. That other guy they signed in the summer was brilliant.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah, got a couple of decent keepers. But Fulham are one of them clubs. If you watch them throughout the season, right, they have this habit of playing amazingly for like 50, 60 minutes.
Yeah,
and then losing the game in the final 30, 40 minutes, yeah. And
but he seems to have changed it now because they got a last minute winner. There's Bassi that got the header.
Yeah, but I'm talking about it's one game. I'm talking about over the past sort of 15 games or so. They're just like this. But when they turn it on for any longer period than sort of 70 minutes, they win every time.
Yeah, they did that at Chelsea.
Yep. And I think the sort of players they've signed, if you look at, so why we got rid of Alex Iwobi, for instance, from Arsenal. Yeah, it's the same reason. Yeah, it's the same reason we got rid of Emil Smith Rowe, exactly that, sometime-ish. Yeah. You know, it's that 1 minute he looks like a world-class player, and then he just disappears for the other 30 minutes. You know? And so they play like that, and they're going to get results like that, which means that they're going to beat a big boy every now and again.
Yeah, I think we still got to go there.
I think you have. Towards the end of the season. No, April, isn't it? I think you got them in April.
Yeah, April.
Yeah, pretty sure.
We still got to go Fulham. We still got to go Chelsea. Who else? We still got to go to West Ham. Got to come to us. Who else? Who else? Ipswich, not everybody been to us. Southampton have got to come to us. We still got to go to Leicester as well.
Listen, I feel I'm not saying this flippantly.
Yeah.
After these next 5 games,
We'll know where the title's going.
I think you'll be fighting for top 4.
So Leicester, well, you know, Leicester the hyperbole, but you know what I mean. I doubt that. Huh?
Your screen froze on a very serious face for a second.
Yeah, no, Leicester the hyperbole, mate. But yeah, it could happen after today's performance. You can't write nothing off. But
What did you think of the City game?
I watched that allegedly, so it was good. Yeah. But Newcastle didn't come to play. It weren't the Newcastle that played you. That Newcastle was on it, like we're gonna win every second ball. We're not gonna give you a moment's peace. That Newcastle didn't turn up.
Do you know what? I think Eddie Howe is. I think Eddie Howe is. I think Eddie Howe is a poor man's Klopp, right?
Okay.
In that he plays this rock and roll football. Newcastle come out the gates in every game.
Flying. Yeah.
And you can't keep that up for 90 minutes. But over the course of the season, you can't keep that up either. Yeah. Right? And their players.
That's why we lost the season, yeah.
Remember last season when they fell off completely towards the end of the season, their players were
the legs are gone.
Injuries left, right, and centre, they were finised. And I think the same thing is happening now, is that I don't think he has a plan B. He has the tactical knowledge to get them through games when they've got players who are a bit tired or they've had because at the moment the games are so compact. You know, these last few weeks, a lot of games in a short period of time, and Newcastle don't play well in them situations. I think that is the result that you're most likely to get in your next 3 games.
Yeah, maybe because at Anfield as well. That Anfield does help a lot. The Aston Villa game I think is going to be interesting as well because they played. They seem like they're going through it as well now. They're not really. Okay, let's see.
I think they're going to absolutely. I think Emery now, they had a little bit of a wobble for about 6 weeks, but now he's sort of got them back in line again. You know what I mean? They've got a couple of players come back from injury.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have problems. I think you're going to have problems with him.
You hope so. You hope so, but we'll see.
Listen, I never wish ill on Liverpool. You know, Liverpool are... Right, so one thing I want to ask you quickly before we go over time. We're going over time anyway. We've gone well over time already. Going back to Chelsea-Brighton.
Yeah.
I heard somebody ask this question the other day. I was listening to TalkSport, right? And I heard somebody ask this question the other day, and I've never heard somebody ask it before, and I thought it's a really interesting question, right?
Go on.
Which is, up until now, Brighton have been in the Premier League now. I think this is their 8th season.
Yeah.
Which is nuts because it feels like yesterday they come up, right?
Yeah.
So they're an established Premier League team. Not even that, not just that. They're an established top half team, and they're on the verge of being an established European team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're like our Sevilla, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay,
so equivalent. At this point, we've always sort of taken them as to be like, right, they're a good team, play nice football, develop young players, sell them on for big money, and that's the way they run their club, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where do they go now? Do you think Brighton could ever take that next step to become a top 4 challenger and mean it? Not just one season, but actually take the step to become a big club?
No.
Why?
Because I don't think the owner has those kind of ambitions.
Oh, really?
No. Because look at the amount of talent that they've let go. I'll just name McAllister, Cucurella, Caicedo, to name a few. Trossard,
Ben White.
5 alone. You telling me if you don't keep those 5 players, where they would be now? Until
they were.
No, but I'm telling you. Yeah, but Caicedo, like, could you imagine with the players they have now, with Caicedo, McAllister, White, in that team? You're not telling me they're not pushing for top 4? or even maybe even further where Nottingham Forest are.
They're already there or thereabouts anyway. Really,
That's the reason why I say I don't think they will, because I think we bought McAllister for 35 million.
it's ridiculous. Yeah,
they let go of Caicedo for 115. Trossard I think was 30 mil. White was another.
We paid 20 mil for Trossard.
There you go, 20 mil for Trossard. Well, how much for White? 30 mil.
Yep. No, 50 for White.
But my point is, they use that money to reinvest. They have you know what they do? You know what they remind me of? They remind me of Ajax, whereby they keep bringing through players, but they're never going to be that really top European team that they could be.
Mind you, who?
Ajax.
Yeah. But then the difference is with Ajax, though, is that I don't think Ajax could ever be nowadays a top team again, because of the league they're in doesn't garner the revenue necessary.
Yeah, but no, the reason why I say they remind me of Ajax, and this is I'm going back to Eurosport days where they used to do the roundups of that, where they had Fanidi, Jord, Carnu, Davids, Cliver, Edwin van der Sar, who else? The Boer twins,
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying in terms of those players, they would sell them on, and that's why I say I don't think Brighton are gonna ever get to that level, because there will always come a point where Liverpool, Arsenal, United, or whoever will come and take their players, and they will never be strong. They will never be in a position where they're like, no, this guy's not leaving.
I look at them, right, and I look at their geographical location. They haven't really got, although Brighton's not that far from South London, that part of South London, they haven't got any big clubs threaten them and threaten their fan base, right? Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been to the Amex, right? The Amex is in the middle of nowhere, really. Yeah. They could like treble the footprint of that whole stadium complex, and it probably would cost them very little because of the land around it.
Yeah.
Right. I just feel that they've got
the owner doesn't strike me as someone that's gonna, again, money spinner. That's what I see as Brighton and owner. Not let's go and make history and win something and get up there. It doesn't strike me as that. I may be wrong. It changed.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I mean is, do you think they should be aiming for that?
But then this is what it comes back to what we were discussing earlier. What did he get into the football for? Was it to elevate the team, to get prestige, or to make money? And as it stands at the moment, for what he's shown us, is to make money.
Yeah.
They do reinvest it back into the team. There's not a. I'm trying to think of a team that plays hardball. That's like, no, we're not. A prime example, Napoli. They are the worst team to do transfer with, because the guy never really wants to sell his players unless he gets top.
Have you heard of Athletic did a whole podcast about that?
Is it?
Yeah, talking about how hard he is to deal with, that Napoli guy.
Brighton don't strike me as that kind of team that will make it difficult for their players to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're going to be acting like that, that's when you are able to build a squad to enable you to challenge for the top four and challenge and push further. Because one, you're keeping your best players, even though you might be reinvesting and buying gems from like South America and stuff like that. But you're not building on it. You're letting them go and to rebuild from a lower point. Don't get me wrong. Let me say this now. I totally respect Brighton, because the fact that they've had several different managers and still kept the level of football to where it is right now is a compliment in itself. But at the same time, they're never really gonna. They're never, you know what I mean? They're not gonna kick on again, because just as they're knocking on the door, they'll lose 2 or 3 top players and then set themselves back again.
I think they should be looking to move up to that next level, right? And the security that provides. The reason being is, I don't think they can't keep this model going forever. There will come a time when that
they can't. But do you think they will stop? Yeah, but
they what? You know,
if it, you know, this I was saying, if it ain't broke.
Yeah, but if you don't change, you die.
Yeah, it's true. But right now he's eating, and the manager they've got in is a young manager that he can build for a long time. How old is he? 32? 33?
Yeah. How long is he going to stay there if he keeps proving himself?
as long as they want him there.
I think so. If he keeps playing, if he keeps producing the football that they're producing at this moment in time with the players that they've got, there's not a lot of top managers around. I could see a bigger club coming and plucking him within a couple of years.
Yeah, kind of
easy,
like they did with Potter with Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly that. Because it will just be the same with him.
But then you made a rod for your back. You made a rod to lie on because you're not. I'll put it like this: if for whatever reason the chairman decides to say, you know what, these players are coming, and someone's coming in and wants, for example, someone's coming and they want to buy João Pedro or they want to buy Minta or Matoma, and he says no, they're not for sale. The manager will look at the thing like, oh, okay, maybe we can build something here.
Yeah, but that's
if he's not exactly. So that's my point in terms of that. The owner needs to show us some ambition and loyalty to the manager, not to sell their best players, and then maybe they can build on that. Maybe then the young manager might not leave because he can build something somewhere, and he's got the what's it called, the backing of the owners to say I can build on this. It could be a 3, 4, 5 year project. To the point that if he ends up going to a Bayern or Inter or wherever he goes, he's left them in a state whereby they're consistent challenging for Champions League and FA Cups and Carabao Cups, and maybe even the league.
Yeah. It's not impossible. I was looking through that like the little YouTube documentary of Leicester the other day. Leicester's title winning season.
Oh my God, Ozaki, was it Ozaki? The little the Japanese guy. They had him. Yeah.
Sorry, right, okay,
he was. I love watching that guy, man. He was just like a problem.
Vardy
was a. But you got to think, Vardy. What's the guy that went to City? Mahrez. What's his name? The guy
Kante?
from that went. Kante. Morgan.
Robert
who? Bro.
Marco
guys,
Bratton.
Drink water.
They
had a. That is, you know what that reminds me of? You know when you used to play Sunday League, bro, and there was a team that was at the top of the league, yeah? They just played like they've been playing together for years. To the point where the ball would come into somebody, before he's even looked, he's already playing the ball around the corner because he knows that guy's gone.
Do you remember why Ranieri ended up getting that job?
No. Did he come from Roma? No, he didn't. I can't remember.
No, I think he was out of work, right? So he got that job because in the summer tour, the players went away, some of the young players, right?
Yeah.
Nigel Pearson was the manager.
Yeah.
And
did he do something or something? Did something happen?
His son got done for racially abusing a Thai prostitute in Thailand.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
Other things as well, because he was quite outspoken, Pearson was, but that fallout and whatnot is what caused him to leave, and then that's when he got Ranieri just on the off chance, and
just to keep the, you know what they say, just keep don't think of the gears, just keep it running, just keep it ticking over, and then we'll see what happens at the end of the season. That's why I think they got him. On that note,
right? Listen, no, one more thing.
You're gone.
Final question to end on. Do you agree that Rasmus Hoijlund looks like Caleb Clarkson's farm?
I haven't seen him. Let me Google. So who is it?
Caleb Clarkson's farm. Search that in Google. That is Rasmus Hoijlund. Caleb with a C.
He looks like a chubbier version, yeah?
Right? Every time I watch him, and the thing is, I want to hate him because he's a United player, but I quite like that Caleb from Clarkson.
You're a dickhead.
Yeah. Anyway, not as good as my do you know who my other good lookalike is that and Duncan, if you're still watching, will remember this. I always said that Lucy Letby, another woman that murdered all them babies.
Yeah.
Looks like Formula One, 4-time Formula One champion, Sebastian Vettel. Yeah. Anyway.
Joker, listen. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, listen, it's been another great episode. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. We are back here at 9 o'clock next week with more fun facts, more back and forth, more controversial topics. Leave a comment in the thing below, and we will catch you next week. Take care, people. Trigger, you want to leave anything to say?
No, other than Jamie and Duncan, don't tune in next week, please.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Take care.
See you later.